Hello traders, this is Forex Nelson and I'm back again today with another 11 trades. Today's date is August the 20th and I'm using my BB Scalper trading system. This system uses the Bollinger Bands, as you can see in this area and this area. That's called the BB Squeeze. Has another moving average, has these arrows, it's called the super signal indicator. And in the bottom here, we have some oscillating indicators. Now you will get an audio sound and this pop-up box you see here suggesting to buy and or sell. Now every morning at 6 o'clock, I'm in front of the computer looking at all the different instruments, both Forex and the futures. Of course, I'm looking at my daily trade plan. And after I figure out I want to be buying and or selling, I will manually put in this white arrow. Now here's my daily trade plan. It's running in real time. Checks from the monthly all the way down to the 30 minutes. And after it does a bunch of calculations within the comments here, it'll say look for bullish trades, bearish trades. Sometimes it'll be preferred and sometimes it's running a little bit flat, not enough strength. Now, if you're trading without any kind of a daily trade plan, well, that's one good reason why you are still struggling. Now, if you want to get some more information on this daily trade plan, all you have to do is look right below this video in the description. And of course, if you have more questions, well, just get in contact with me. Now we can take a look at these trades. Now the first one, I sold it, but what happened was I put in the stop and then it spiked up right here and it clipped my stop and then it shot down. Should have made a little bit bigger stop, but hey, every trader in the world does have some losing trades. So let's drag and drop this up, see where I got in at. As I said, I got in at this point right here. Arrow from the daily trade plan, super signal. It did this spike right here, which was the opening bell for the futures. It spiked up, knocked me out, and then continued. Had the right idea, but I just didn't leave the stop big enough. But anyhow, got in at this point. Now this is a loser and it does pay $10 for each pip, so easy to see. This should be a -10. There it is right there, -10. And that, as you can see, produced a -$100. Okay, now we can start getting into the winning trades. First one, pound yen. Here we go. I sold it, so let's drag and drop this up, see where I got in at. Arrow from the daily trade plan, super signal was back here. Got in at this point. If I stayed in, I would have made more. But I just look at the totals, and once I know I have at least 200 and or more pips and ticks, I just close out the trades and I'm done trading for the day. So in this trade, at this point I was locking in 18, and those 18 pips paid out $122. Okay, moving on to the next trade. I traded a lot of pound Forex pairs today. Sold it based on pound weakness. If you look at the meter here, it's a bus driver. Remember, anything 20% or less is a bus driver. And of course, so that means we're selling the pound. And of course, at the top, 80% or more is a bus driver, at which point we'll be buying that Forex pair. So, pound CAD, let's pull that one up. Drag and drop this up, see where I got in at. As I mentioned, want to be selling it from the daily trade plan, super signal. I've stayed in the trade. That's the way the market moves, down, rests, down. But I was more than happy. I only have to work 1 or 2 days a week, and I can have an extended long weekend every weekend if I so desire. And that's one of the main reasons I got into trading more than 20 years ago. Work less and make a lot more. So getting in at this point, selling it, close it out right here, locking in 18 pips, paid out $136. Okay, moving on to the pound Aussie. Another one I sold it. Going to drag and drop this up, see where I got in at. Same thing, arrow from the daily trade plan, super signal. Took the trade at this point. Closed it out here, just being happy with 25 pips, and that paid $167. Okay, let's move on to the pound New Zealand trade. Drag and drop this up, see where I got in at. Same thing, arrow from the daily trade plan, super signal. A lot of things telling me it's going to go down, and it did go down. So let's see what I got on this trade. Close it out here, looks like with 28 pips, paying out $169. Okay, moving right along to the last pound pair I did, the pound Swiss. Let's drag and drop this up, see where I got in at. First of all, arrow from the daily trade plan. There's the super signal. On this candle right here, I knew that the arrow was going to pop up, and I've had some traders ask me about the arrow. It does not repaint. Once it prints it, it's there. So getting in at this point, closing at this point, just being happy with 19 pips, paying out $235. Okay, now we're going to move on to the futures. As you can see, they move a lot more and they pay a lot more. Dow Jones is the first one. So let's go pull up the Dow Jones. Let's see where I got in at. This one I bought it. There's the arrow from the daily trade plan, super signal. So I knew it was going to go up with 95% certainty. So now what I did was I took the money, divided it by 5, as it pays $5 for each tick, and the calculator says it's 62. So got out at this point. We're looking for 62. There it is right there, 62 ticks, paying out $610. Okay, moving on to the NASDAQ now. This NASDAQ pays $20 for each tick. So we're just going to drag and drop this up, see where I got in at. Arrow from the daily trade plan. Here it is here. Super signal. Took the trade right here at this point. If I stayed in the trade, I would have made a lot more. But I took the money, divided by 20, as it pays $20 for each tick. Calculator says I should be looking for approximately 29. If I stayed into the bottom down here, I would have made 233. But I was happy at this point. Looking for 29. There it is right there. 29 ticks, paying out $574. Okay, let's move on to gold, the next trade I did. So on gold, I bought it, as you can see, and it does pay $10 for each tick. Easy to see, this should be 87.3. So let's just drag and drop this up, see where I got in at. So here we go, arrow from the daily trade plan, super signal. At this point is where I got in. And of course we're looking for, like I said, approximately 87. There it is right there. And that paid out $873. Okay, moving on to the next trade, which is the S&P 500. Now this one does pay $5 for each tick. So calculator says should be looking for that's 317 ticks. So let's drag and drop this up. Wanted to be selling it. The daily trade plan said to sell. There's a super signal, so I sold it. Went sideways for a while, and then finally it dropped. So I knew before this big red candle and the one before that, this was the opening bell. I knew before the opening bell that it was going to go down. And so let's see, took the trade at this point. And like I said, we're looking for 317, very close there. Well, that's as close as I'm going to be able to show, but it's 317. And that ended up paying out $1,587. Okay, moving on to the last trade, which is the DAX 30. So let's run a check. And now I dropped it down to the 5 minutes so I can try to get a reading on it. So let's drag and drop this up, see where I got in at. So we got in at this point, close it out over here. Arrow from the daily trade plan, super signal, some red arrows here. Now I took the money, divided it by $3.75. That's what it pays per tick. Calculator says we're looking for approximately 505. So let's see now. 505, that's 502, and 506. That's as close as I'm going to be able to get, but it's 505, and those ticks, as you can see, paid out $1,893. Another tool I recommend you get your hands on, as it really helps a lot of traders, is my Fibmaster tool. After you get it, all you do is click on this tab here. You would go from swing high to swing low. There's your pullback. Actually hit entry number 3 right here. And generally, as a rule, if it hits the entries, it'll usually make it to target 2, 3, 4, 5. And today it went just past target number 5. And of course, it has a grand total of 10 targets. It's a great tool to have. The reason why it works so fantastic is that millions of traders all over the world use Fibonacci. Now, if you need some more information on this Fibmaster tool, you can look right below this video. You'll get a lot more information. And if you need more than that, well, just get in contact with me. It is a full, complete course. Over 3 gigabytes of training, 30 training videos, and the videos will show you and teach you how to trade using Fibonacci. So another great day of trading here, as you can see, and I knew it was going to be well over 200. That's what every day I'm trading, that's what my goal is, at least 200 pips and or ticks. And today I added up all the pips and ticks. The grand total came to 1,098 pips and ticks, and as you can see, that paid out $5,969. Now, if you have any questions, well, just get in contact with me, and that's very easy to do. All you do is you look right below this video in the description. You'll get my contact information plus a lot of other information. Now you can pick up the phone and call me directly. I do answer the phone most of the time. And of course, if you can't call me, well, you can send me an email. Now I do give a recommendation that if you buy anything from anybody, make sure you can pick up the phone and call them directly. Because if they don't want to talk to you, well, there's a very good chance they don't even know how to trade. And I do answer your questions. I do give free support after you buy from me. And I guarantee you that if you don't get some level of support, there's a really good chance you will fail at trading. So if you're serious about your trading and you want to succeed, and become part of the 5% of the traders who actually make it, well, make sure you get support. Very important. Now, I really do prefer teams, and that's where I give my support. No matter where you live in the world, all you got to do is click on the link below this video. It's a Teams invite link. We'll have a Teams connection, and at that point I should be able to answer most of your questions. Well, we're just past 15 minutes. Definitely time to wrap up this video. And of course, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I forgot to mention that you'll see in the description below, there's 5 different packages. And my most recent package is how to make 10K a day trading mini lots. I go into great detail on showing you how you can make 10K. Now, if you're happy with 1K, well, you can use the same method, just change the number of positions and the lot sizes. So that just about wraps up this video. And of course, as I mentioned, if you have any questions, just get in contact with me. So until the next trading day and video, good luck with your trading. And again, remember to keep yourself and your family safe. Okay, bye for now.